Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video and the cheating situation we've talked about in the past in Hearthstone, which has not really been addressed with this card here. Necrolord Draka is out of control. It is getting so ridiculous in Wild that we've seen players abuse this to finish rank 1 legend on every server, and people are finding ways to not only animation cheat but actually just kind of do it legit through using an iPad. It is crazy, and I just have to show you guys what's been going on because there are a lot of players, a lot of high legend players in Wild who have been very frustrated for a long time, and I want to bring light to it to maybe, I don't know, help Blizzard get some motivation to take care of this absolute toxic experience in the Wild format. You know what's also out of control? Our giveaway we're doing for the latest mini set, which we still don't know any cards for. I'm guessing on Monday we'll find out, but I'm giving away 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until May 13th, when that mini set will be unlocked apparently, I'll add another mini set, so hit that sub button. Make me go broke as we're on that road to 100K and that brand cosplay. So hit that sub button for that too and make me go brand. So if you're not aware of what this deck is, what's going on in Wild, basically there's an OTK deck all by this card, Necrolord Draka, where you play a bunch of cards, the weapon gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And in theory, if you have unlimited time with this deck, you can make an infinite damage weapon. And the main combo you do is you have a bounty board, which again, when I reviewed this card, I've said at some point, somewhere, this card will break Hearthstone because it's just too many cost 1 less things, excavate, quick draw, tradable legendary, for it to not break somewhere at some point. And yeah, it has in Wild, never saw play in Standard. So you have the bounty board, you have Scab's Cutter Butter, which I lost my mind on this card saying would break Hearthstone, be a problem. Never was in Standard. Well, it certainly is in Wild in multiple decks, with the next 2 cards you play this turn cost 3 less. So you do that, get it out for cheap. And then you play your ETC and just basically go infinite. You can bounce around, Potion of Illusion, and infinitely bounce, I believe, with Tenwu of the red smoke. So that's a lot of stuff you got to do. There's animations and all that, board space you got to worry about, but you can eventually just go Tenwu, just keep bouncing over and over and over and over and over and over, and we'll just show you how it looks in a second, but that's the idea. And this deck can combo as early, I believe, like turn 3 or 4. But the main limitation to this deck is the time you have to actually do the turn. Not the deck itself, but the animation. And there are ways to apparently hack the client, speed up the animations. It's against TOS. If they find out, you will get banned, and we'll talk about that in a second. And yeah, that's the main way. So all of a sudden, you're typically capped. If you're really, really fast and really good, like I've seen some Chinese players, they could get 30, 35 damage, maybe 40 if they're insanely fast. And if you're facing an armor deck or something like that, it's pretty hard to get that done in time, and it's going to be exhausting to do that every single game. The deck is basically restricted by its APM abilities, which to me is never a good way of a deck being balanced. However, apparently there's a workaround, and this is crazy. We're going to just play this, no audio because they have some weird music going on. You're looking right here. This is they're playing in a friendly game as they're showing off this new strategy. You will note they're playing on an iPad. An iPad, we've always thought like playing on mobile, you can't play the crazy combo decks on mobile. It's way harder. It's actually, for some reason, you're able to complete a lot more actions. At least this is the iPad Pro, and you can see them. Can we, I don't know if I could speed it up or anything like that. We have video, we got playback speed. Let's speed it up 2 times, play it, and you will just note like how fast. They're not animation cheating. You can't hack your iPad to make things go faster, and they just will play infinite cards. Obviously, this is set up so that it's against a friend. They have extra mana to work with, but it shows it in principle that if you have the board or whatever, you have the time to do it. Look at this interaction. Look at this. They're able to just spam the Tenwus up into the corner over and over, and he gets it's just insane. It's actually insane what they're able to do with this iPad. This is like, I don't even know what to say. Look at them go. This is obviously 2x, but if you look at the damage they end up doing, it was 62 total damage. So with this iPad technique, it gets around needing to animation hack. And it's been a huge problem at High Legend. And wow, because this isn't just like a meme. This is a legit deck. If you look at top 1K past 1 week, APM Rogue makes up 4% of the meta. I have no idea how many are playing legit or not, but even with people playing it legit or not, it's at 54% win rate. It's one of the highest win rate decks in the High Legend. And then you put in the factor people that animation cheat or apparently use an iPad from 2021, they could get a huge advantage. And this was seen, this is from the season 137. I believe that was March. One player who was, at least allegedly throughout the Wild community, Nuker or whatever, was rank 1 legend on the Americas, was rank 1 legend on EU, and was rank 1 legend on the Asia Pacific server. All playing APM Rogue pretty notoriously. And I will note, if you look at their record, you can look at like HS Guru can show you like people's historical finishes. They have not appeared on the ladder since March. So you can get banned if you're caught. I'm not saying they have been. I don't have any evidence or any information on that. But it does look pretty mysterious that this player went from top 8 in February to top 1 to, they probably pushed it a little too far, right? And actually could see, let's see Zeddy, for example, compare his finishes. See, we're consistently playing. It'll show if you've been playing, right? I have my Wild, my April, you can see there. You can see all that. So, you know, there are punishments for it, but when people are doing it en masse or when they're not cheating, like if they're playing on an iPad, that's not cheating. This person is not doing anything wrong. If they play this on ladder, that shouldn't be punishable, right? So you have a mixture of people cheating. You have a mixture of people taking, I guess, an exploit line using a different device. But is there anything in the TOS against that? I don't know. I don't think so. So at the end of the day, to avoid this cheating problem, like we've seen in the past with Ignite Mage and all of those things, what really needs to happen, the only way Blizzard can really address this, and I think they really need to in their next balance patch window, is nerf the deck. They kind of have to. It's something you don't want in the game anyways. If it's played well enough that you can OTK consistently on turns 3, 4, and 5, the deck probably shouldn't exist in any format. And I know it's Wild. They don't do a lot of balance changes, but they do some. And this deck hits like every quantifiable thing outside of popularity, right? It's only super popular at High Legend. The card you would nerf, ironically, after all of these years, when Nova thought this card was so broken, be Scab's Cutter Butter. She could finally return to helping with the reviews if this card would be nerfed, because it basically always, like if it's a Shark deck or any of those uninteractive OTK decks, Scabs has always emerged. And to me, it should just read combo. The first time you play this card, the next 2 cards you play this turn cost 3 less. Like, make it a one-time deal. I guess you could do once per game, I guess, but it's the infinite like looping of it with Shark, with all the bounce effects that Nova always knew. She always knew it would be broken, out of control. She can't stand that Scabs. So yes, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments down below. This whole cheating thing, should a deck be balanced by animations? It clearly can't even be balanced by that at this point, but it is a pretty big deal. It matters for, I know Wild is Wild or whatever, but this is too far, and Nova's had enough of Scabs. So maybe, just one, maybe, they will address that at some point. But thought I would share because, yeah, that's pretty crazy. iPad cheating. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay Nova, my friends.